What's going on, guys and gals? Finishing the first hour of trading today, up $1,676, and all of that came off of one news play playing NSPR. But we'll get into that. But let's get into the other trades first. So my first play here is LMFA. This one, I jump in. It hits my low float scanner there in the bottom right, and I jump in as soon as I hear Benzinga chime in about it. I thought they were going to say something like buy out, blah blah blah, rumors immediately, but all he was reporting was that LMFA was shooting up with a spike in volume, and then he said buyout speculation. So at that point, I was already in. I thought I got in at a lower price that I did, but I basically bought high a day. Actually, I did buy high a day, and I didn't realize it until a little bit afterwards, and you'll hear that in my voice. And as it's hitting my news feeds, there's an internal clock going off like 10, 15 seconds that if it doesn't keep going, I'm gonna bail out, and that's what I look for. The very moment I get green on this thing, I sell it because it just wasn't moving up anymore after the news has already been out for about 10, 15 seconds.
LMFA, LMFDG getting a pop here on some volume. Lima Michael Foxtrot Alpha. Some takeover chatter being circulated now.
Takeover chatter, LMFA. I'm long.
Alpha.
Ooh, bad fill, 175.
$1.75 the high. That's from a blog post being circulated now by traders again. Buyout. Longfin acquiring LMFA. That's unconfirmed chatter.
All right, I'm out. +1 on that one. I got a really bad fill off of that news, so I just wanted to get out. So my next play was WKHS. This one, it was a news play, or I had news out this morning and it popped up. And a lot of times stocks that kind of pop up pre-market, when they open up, they usually sell off. And sometimes I'll do a play that I like to call a red to green move. Is out of the open, this thing sold off, and it kept selling off for about 10 minutes. And there wasn't a time yet that we had a 1 minute red or a 1 minute candle over candle after all these pullback candles. So a lot of times I'll play that first candle to make a new high in hopes that there's some sort of pop. I'm not expecting a lot out of this thing. I didn't think the news was that amazing to justify the initial pop, but I nonetheless thought I'd get a few cents out of it. So that's what I did. We have all these pullback candles. Not one of them was a candle over candle in the 1 minute, and I went long as soon as it looked like we were going to get that first candle over candle in the 1 minute. All right, I'm long at 320. And I'm out of 321. Buyers can step up. So just like the 1 minute, red to green move, sometimes I will do a 5 minute red to green move as well. And if you look at the 5 minute chart, it's just sold off from the open. Now it's going to go candle over candle in the 5 minute for a 5 minute red to green move. This move is not the strongest kind of play out there, but really there was nothing else going on, and I was just willing to give it a shot. So that's what I did. 324 was the high of the previous candle, and I was looking for the break of that. Watching WKHS here over 324. I'm long at 323. I don't like the wall at 325. I might just bail. Yep, I'm out 321. So I had just gotten done trying to play a red to green move on the 1 minute and the 5 minute, and it was still showing a weakness. And at this point, you can kind of see a base being formed on the 5 minute chart there of $3.15. And I thought to myself, if that 315 can break, I think it gets to 310 pretty quickly. There's just been no buyers showing up. So I decided to go short here, and you'll see that I looked to take a position short. I got a really nice fill, so it gave me a little bit of a little bit of room to let it move a little bit, and then finally that 315 base broke, and it got me the move that I wanted. Short at 319. Stop loss will be over 324.
TNUS T-Mobile insider buy of 230,000 at $60.17. That's in a Form 4 filing.
I'm thinking about swinging MYSZ at some point.
Uniform Sandy.
There's that drop to 310. Covered half at 312. Cover the rest at 312. So NSPR is my next play. This one was a breaking news play. I actually did not get a really good fill here, as in I didn't get shares. I tried to get 4,000 shares before it halted. I ended up only getting 144 shares out of the halt, but you can kind of see this is a trader Rolodex play that I like to call. I've played it before. I know it can move fast, so when I hear the Benzinga guy come on and say NSPR, I'm immediately over there. I'm ready to go to buy. When he said some sort of deal, partnership, whatever, I'm pushing that buy button. I'm pushing it twice because I know it can move. I look at the daily chart. It's down a crap ton recently, and I just know the thing can fly. So it's a shame that, you know, I didn't get filled but 144 shares out of this first halt. But I did play it the second halt, and we'll get into that after I show you the initial entry here.
NSPR Inspire MD announces exclusive distribution, sales, and marketing agreement for Seaguard.
I'm long NSPR.
Korea. That's November Sandy Papa Romeo.
News out on them.
MD.
Oh my gosh, I only got filled 144 shares. It's gonna halt. They just had some news. Son of a gun. Are you kidding me?
ROKU, Roku.
1 million share float, so this thing can move.
Discussing their earnings report on CNBC.
So NSPR halted, and I was ready to go out of the second halt. But between the first and this, I didn't know there was going to be a second halt anyway. But you can kind of see my entry here that I did get back in at $4.12. And what I'm doing kind of during the halt time is I'm seeing what the news actually is, seeing how good is it for the company, seeing what it all entails, blah, blah, blah. And during this time, I was able to find out that there's basically no numbers attached to this press release, and that's a good thing. You know, there wasn't any dollar amount attached to it, and you're probably thinking to yourself, StockJack, why is that good? Well, because vagueness is good. That means dreamers, you know, can push this thing to the moon. You know, you hear that all the time. To the moon, rocket ship, this thing's going to launch, blast off, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't want numbers attached to this news release. I want people to think it's worth $100 million and the stock is going to go to 400, because then they pump it up. You know, if there was, you know, a dollar amount attached to this and it would say it was $20,000, well, that's nothing big. So the stock isn't going to pop up a dollar like it did because, you know, it's only a $20,000 deal with the company. So there was no specific numbers attached to this press release. Knowing that, all right, so that's a plus. It's also, you know, not up a ton just yet. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, when the news came out, the stock was at $3.70. So the worst case scenario, for some reason, it goes all the way down to $3.70. And I'm like, okay, well, that's probably not going to happen. It's a positive news release with a legit company. All right, say worst case scenario goes all the way down to $3.85, $3.90. All right, so I'm telling myself, if $3.90 is as low as it possibly can go with this positive news, then I'm willing to take a 15, 20, 25 cent area of buying. So what I'm saying is I'm willing to buy it around $4.20, $4, maybe $4.30, because that's a 40-cent jump then, right? So I'm putting limits to where I'm willing to buy at. So when you see this open up, immediately the ask is showing, I think it was 403. And when I saw 403 on the ask, I'm like, buy. I'm immediately buying. I'm hitting that buy button. And when I did, I got filled at 413. You can kind of see it down there. And after that, it just shot up crazy and went into the second hold. And I'll show you how I sold coming out of that second hold in just a second. All right, looks like right now it's going to open. Or not. There it is. All right, I'm long at 412. Geez, going to give me that price. I'll jump in. Try to get filled at 403. So here we are coming out of the second hold. It's a 10-minute hold again. And I'm telling my chat room and everybody that's watching me trade this, I'm telling them I'm going to take 1,000 shares at a time to exit. And when it first opens up and it's gapped up a little bit, I immediately take 1,000 shares off the table. I lock in profit. That's the whole goal, is to make money. So this thing is a 1,000,000 share float. It's very volatile. It could shoot up or it could shoot down just as fast. So I want to make sure that I'm green on this trade. I don't want to give anything back. So I immediately take 1,000 shares off the table. I think I get filled in the 470 range. And then I just watch it and see where the pressure is, whatever. I'm thinking to myself, if I get over $5, that's a home run. It ends up being a home run anyway. But I'm not going to try to go for $7, $8, whatever on this, this news. I'm just trying to. Natural resistance can be around $5. If I can get it over 5, great, I'll take it and just let it run the rest of the way without me if it wants to. So, and as soon as it looks like $5 is going to be a little bit of a resistance area, I ended up exiting. I think my second exit was around $4.95. So definitely a nice win for sure. And you can kind of see how I manage my exit strategy on this. So I'll probably sell in 1,000 share increments.
NSPR is open. Resumes trading $4.99 now on November Sandy Papa Romeo.
Sold half at 472. Looking for the rest over 5.
5.11 now. Shares continuing higher.
Sold the rest 495. And that's how I finished the morning, up $1,676 off of that one little news play there. And that's kind of what I've been waiting on. So if you have any questions on my trading style, feel free to ask. You can ask specifically in my free Discord chat that I run. The link for that is in the description down below. If you're interested in any of the chat rooms that I subscribe to or the news sources that I subscribe to, a link for those are down in the description as well. You're free to check those out. So other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.